The air hung heavy, thick with the stench of fear and illicit deals. They rose from the gutters, these men of ambition and ruthlessness. Their ascent was slow, deliberate, like a cancer eating away at the city's underbelly. They were the unseen hand, the whispered threat, the puppet masters of a dark and intricate game. The stock market, once a symbol of progress, was about to become their playground. Money, the lifeblood of society, was their addiction. Power, the intoxicating elixir that fed their insatiable greed. And they would stop at nothing to amass both. The old rules, the quaint notions of fairness and justice, meant nothing. This was a new breed, forged in the fires of ambition and tempered by an utter disregard for human life. The whispers started softly, rumors of a new force in the market, a force that played by its own rules. But soon, those whispers would become screams. Their infiltration was silent, deadly, like a virus spreading through a healthy body. They didn't storm the gates, they slipped through the cracks, disguised as respectable businessmen, their ruthlessness hidden beneath expensive suits and charming smiles. They infiltrated brokerage houses, banks, even the hallowed halls of the stock exchange itself. Their tentacles reached everywhere, grasping, pulling, manipulating. Information, the lifeblood of the market, became their weapon. They cultivated a network of informants, bribed officials, and hacked into secure systems. They knew everything, saw everything, the whispers of upcoming mergers, the anxieties of CEOs, the vulnerabilities of corporations. And with this knowledge, they spun their web of deceit, trapping unsuspecting investors in a game rigged against them. The stock market, once a symbol of free trade and fair competition, became their casino. They manipulated prices with cold-blooded precision, creating artificial booms and busts, reaping immense profits from the chaos they sowed. They traded on inside information, spread false rumors, and used their vast resources to crush any who dared to stand in their way. Their methods were brutal, their tactics ruthless. Companies were built up and torn down on a whim, their stock prices manipulated to line their pockets. Lives were ruined, families destroyed, as unsuspecting investors lost everything in their rigged game. But their conscience remained untroubled. Money, after all, was the only morality they recognized, and their hunger for it was insatiable. Section 4, in the pocket of power. Power, they knew, wasn't just about money, it was about influence, and so they cultivated relationships with those in positions of authority, politicians, judges, law enforcement officials. They bought their loyalty with generous donations, lavish gifts, and the veiled threat of what would happen if they refused. Laws were twisted, regulations ignored as their influence spread like a dark stain. They became untouchable, operating with impunity, their crimes hidden behind a wall of silence erected by fear and corruption. The very institutions meant to protect the innocent had become complicit in their crimes. Section 5, the iron fist of fear. Violence, though, remained their preferred tool. It was a language they understood, a language that spoke volumes. Those who dared to cross them, who threatened their empire of shadows, met with swift and brutal retribution. They disappeared in the night, their bodies found floating in rivers or buried in shallow graves, a grim reminder of the price of defiance. Fear became their most potent weapon, silencing potential rivals and keeping the public at bay. The streets grew colder, the shadows deeper, as their grip on the city tightened. They were the unseen hand that held the city hostage. Their reign of terror, a chilling testament to the corrupting power of greed.